You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
Welcome along. Today we're jumping into the really fast-moving world of digital marketing. How are brands actually getting our attention these days? We're going to look at the big shifts, some surprising trends, and yeah, those tricky ethical lines companies have to walk to connect with you. It's a mix of cool new tech and, well, plain old human psychology. Let's get started. So first up, search. There's this weird situation, right? On the one hand, it's still the main way people find new brands. Like a third of adults online say so. And that number's grown over 100 billion more shoppers using search for discovery in just 2 years. Huge. But, and this is the strange part, overall search traffic, it's actually dropping. Google's weekly visits, for instance, down 4% over 3 years. That means hundreds of millions fewer clicks going out to other websites. So traditional search is kind of slipping. Where are people going instead? What's filling that gap?
Yeah, it's fascinating to watch what is filling it. You look at TikTok, for example, they are making a serious play for search ads. I mean, over 120 open jobs just for search right now. And the early results, pretty interesting. Lower cost per click, higher click-through rates compared to some established players. So it's not just some side experiment, it's a direct challenge to, the Googles of the world. It tells brands, hey, you can't just rely on the old ways anymore. Diversify where people first find you.
Exactly. Diversify. And it's not only TikTok causing ripples. WhatsApp is popping up as, well, a new place for ads. Advertisers have to be pretty smart about it, though, because the usual targeting isn't really there, for privacy reasons. So they're focusing more on creative messaging, context, like what time is it? What device are you using?
Context becomes key.
Yeah, and we're seeing brands testing things like chief status ads. Even AI agents for more personalized chats are being trialed. Retail, tech, telecom companies are all experimenting. It's a completely new way to reach people directly. Creative and context are king. Okay, so that's where ads are showing up. But what about how they're being made? Let's talk AI. It's everywhere in social media marketing now, isn't it? Writing posts, spotting trends, handling basic interactions. But all that power, well, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Raises some big questions about transparency, privacy, and ultimately, trust.
That's the absolute crux of it, trust. Especially when AI gets involved, we know consumers are watching. About 41% say they'd likely call out a brand for unethical behavior. And regulators, they're stepping in too. Stricter rules about disclosing ads and disclosing when AI created the content, it makes a difference. A study this year found that just telling people AI was used in an ad, it boosted trust by 96%.
96%. That's massive. You almost never see numbers like that in marketing.
Exactly. It shows transparency isn't just like the nice thing to do. It's a serious business advantage.
And we've seen what happens when brands misjudge this.
Right.
Like that Guess ad in Vogue.
Right.
The one with the AI model.
Oh, yeah. That caused quite a stir.
Huge backlash, calls for boycotts. It shows how fast things can go south if people feel misled. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Let's talk about channels that maybe get overlooked. Email marketing often feels a bit old school. But the numbers tell a different story. Open rates actually went up 6% recently, and click-to-conversion jumped nearly 28% in 2024.
Wow.
So what's going on? Why is email staging this comeback?
Well, it's not luck. It's about smart tactics. Things like BIMI, that little logo that shows up, authenticating the sender. That alone can boost consumer confidence by up to 90%.
90% just from seeing a logo.
Yeah, it signals legitimacy. Plus, you've got interactive AMP features making emails more dynamic and AI helping optimize everything. And crucially, this all relies on first-party data the data brands collect directly. As tracking cookies vanish, that becomes gold. That's how email stays relevant, keeps landing in the inbox, and keeps people engaged. Still a powerhouse.
A powerhouse indeed. Okay, one last fascinating point, touching on psychology again. Sustainability. It seems we as consumers have this bias. We often think higher-priced sustainable stuff is more eco-friendly, even if the quality isn't actually different.
That price tag sends a signal.
Right. Like one study found cheaper sustainable backpacks were seen as over 8% less eco-friendly, and a pricier detergent, seen as 6% more sustainable.
It likely comes down to that assumption you mentioned earlier. If it's truly sustainable, it must cost more to make.
So how do brands deal with that if they actually can make sustainable products affordable?
They have to be really clear about the why. Explain how they achieve that lower price. Maybe it's automation, maybe bulk buying, maybe some new process. But you have to spell it out. Otherwise, that lower price might accidentally signal less green to the consumer, which is the opposite of what you want. Clarity is everything.
So much ground covered today. From TikTok storming into search and WhatsApp becoming an ad channel, to the really fine line marketers walk with AI ethics, the surprising strength of email.
And that weird pricing bias for sustainable goods.
Yeah, lots to think about. What really stood out to you from all this? And here's something to leave you with. As AI gets deeper and deeper into marketing, what wins? Will being totally upfront and transparent be the ultimate edge? Or will hiding the AI, cleverly concealing it, be the path more brands take, even with the risks? Something to mull over. Thanks for tuning in.
Spoken Tech for your ears.